1,000 soldiers and police are being deployed all over this country. Most of them, in fact, are already in place to guarantee that nothing goes wrong, that the voters will be safe. In other elections, we have seen that there has been problems between the guerrillas, the paramilitary groups, and even here in Bogota. For example, earlier today, my car was stopped. The driver and the car itself thoroughly searched. There's a lot of nervousism, in a place like Colombia, which has such a long history of violence, especially at election time.
That was Lucia Newman there in Bogota, and a reminder that Al Jazeera will bring you extensive coverage of the election on Sunday, the 30th of May. Our team of reporters will be covering the results as they come in and will bring you the very latest. We're about to take a short break, but still to come in the next half hour. Increasing the stakes in Pakistan, could the US be planning for a possible military strike inside Pakistan? And Al Jazeera gets an exclusive look inside Tehran's nuclear reactor. We'll bring you the full report after the break. Okay. Right. Hello, Mr. Cooperman. Can you hear me?
I can. Who's this? Who am I speaking with?
My name is Anand Naidu. I'm in Washington.
Okay, great.
Great. We'll be talking in just.
How's Washington? Okay. How's Washington?
It's very nice right now. The weather's got a lot better.
Oh, good. We're 95 degrees here.
We're not as bad as that.
And that's in the studio.
Welcome back. You're watching Al Jazeera's RF News, live from Washington. A reminder of our top stories. Oil is still spewing into the Gulf as energy giant BP announced its latest attempt to stem the flow had failed. US President Barack Obama says he is enraged and heartbroken, and he's vowed to not relent until the massive oil leak is contained. Pakistani police are blaming the Taliban for Friday's deadly attacks on two mosques in Lahore. The relatives of the 93 victims held funerals for their loved ones on Saturday. The attacks targeted Pakistan's minority Ahmadiyya religious sect. The Washington Post is reporting that the US military is reviewing options for a unilateral strike in Pakistan if an attack on US soil should ever be traced back to the country's tribal areas. The newspaper attributes the information to senior US military officials. The Pakistani military has already established a joint intelligence center with the US outside the northwestern city of Peshawar, and there are negotiations to set up another one. The senior military officials are reported to have said that any potential US strike in Pakistan would only be contemplated under extreme circumstances. Well, for more now on that, we're joined by Murad Khan, a former spokesman for the Pakistani Armed Forces. Mr. Khan, thanks for joining us.
Pleased to be here, sir.
Well, let me ask you straight off the top, what do you make of that Washington Post report?
I personally feel that any decision by the US government to launch a unilateral attack, may it be ground attack or may it be aerial attack, would have detrimental impact on the war on terror and Pak-US relation. And the kind of implication it would cause, it would be absolutely irreversible. Because any attack by the United States in Pakistani-controlled area would weaken the present government, which is not that stronger to lead the country in this particular time. Secondly, there is a negative anti-American sentiments in Pakistani society, and it would invite public anger and further increase the anti-American sentiments. Third, very important is that the Pakistani security forces, which are overstretched, overburdened, and under-equipped, they are involved in fighting war on terror in Swat Valley, Bajaur Agency, Orakzai, and all part of the travel agencies. It will be difficult for them to continue this war on terror and be an active participant.
Well, could this be a warning to the Pakistani government to intensify efforts against the Taliban and other groups in Pakistan? Because we've had this Washington Post report, Just over a week ago, we had Hillary Clinton saying that there would be serious consequences for Pakistan if an attack in the US could be traced back to Pakistan.
I don't deny the fact that the involvement of few foreign militants being trained in Pakistani controlled area, but Pakistan security forces, it's a proven fact that Pakistan is the only country which has been contributing the most, losing 5,000 troops and losing almost 10,000 soldiers. Their active soldiers are seriously injured. That is the only country. The war started in Afghanistan and reached back and landed in Islamabad, the capital city of Pakistan. Every day you see suicide bombing. Pakistan is one of the sufferers. I would personally feel that the planning process in the United States hierarchy to launch any attack in Pakistan is not based on ground realities. Sorry to say, but those people who are in this planning process, they're not aware of the implication and the repercussion of these attacks in Pakistan. It will destroy the cause, and the damage is going to be caused is going to be irreversible in this war on terror.
There is some sentiment here in Washington that Pakistan is not doing enough, that it's not fully exploiting what it can do against extremists or against fighters in Pakistan. Does this point to a huge trust deficit between these two countries?
Exactly. I was trying to highlight this point, that there is a gap between the Pakistan and United States, and the Pakistan-United States relations over a period of time had been devoid of trust. What Pakistan, the United States, I would recommend should do that to work closely with the Pakistani outfits, made with the government, made with the security agencies, to close that gap. Until the time you don't have trust, because now what's happening is that the Pakistani security forces might not trust the United States agencies and outfits working there, and likewise the United States agency they don't trust. And in an environment of mistrust, no one can achieve the desired objective in global war on terror. There are so many organizations, like the new organization Fusion Center has been established in Peshawar, and they're planning to establish one in Quetta. Likewise, they have Joint Intelligence Operations Center, they have BCC, they have BSM, so many organizations. But till the time you don't have trust on each other, they cannot achieve the desired objective of eliminating militancy and terrorism from that part of the world.
Murad Khan, let's leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The US military has admitted to killing 23 civilians in an airstrike in Afghanistan. It happened in Uruzgan province in February when a civilian convoy came under fire. Warnings that the convoy was